Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your friend and host PCJ here for a brand new first of the year episode of Spoilers, Recap, and Results. I'm your host, Pop Culture Junkie. We are just wrapping up the 2021 Royal Rumble. The show just went off the air a few minutes ago, and I'm processing everything they gave us on the show, and I'm going to try my best to find something good that happened on this show. If you watched it, share with me right away your comments. What did you think? I would like to get as much info from people as far as what good things you actually enjoyed in this match or the show or anything at all of any of the matches. To me, this was a bad pay per view, a big step down, big letdown from last year's Royal Rumble. I mean, yeah, we had some moments that were hard to outdo, but this time they weren't even trying. It felt like, or they're just completely blind on any kind of decent storyline or decent moments to have at the Rumble anymore. But let's get right into the results. We're not even going to bother with the promo packages and the intro stuff on the kickoff and whatnot. That's just your normal stuff where they talk about everything that's going to happen on the show. But the first match of the night, which took place on the kickoff, not the actual main card, on the kickoff, was the women's tag team title match. Charlotte and Asuka defending against Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. I had speculation there was going to be a little bit of miscommunication between Asuka and Charlotte, but turns out, no, they were fine as a tag team. During the match, we have Ric Flair and Lacey Evans show up as Charlotte's putting Baszler into the figure eight. She pulls Charlotte's hands down so she can't completely execute the move. Ref doesn't see it. Then Ric Flair hands Lacey Evans something. It looked like maybe a roll of quarters or something. Couldn't really see. And as Charlotte's setting up for another figure eight, Lacey from the outside punches Charlotte, and then Nia Jax is able to hit a very terrible looking leg drop, and they get the pin and win the tag titles back. So that's your first match of the show. Then we go to the main show, the main start of the Royal Rumble show. And our opening match is the WWE title match. Drew McIntyre defending against Goldberg. Yes, Goldberg. And I'm going to recap the entire match. Here we go. We have Spear, Claymore, Jackhammer, kick out, Spear, Claymore, pin, Drew retains. All right, next, moving on. It was a very close call, nail biting situation where you really thought, oh my God, they're really going to have Goldberg just take the Universal belt or take the WWE title the way they took the Universal belt off Owens. But thankfully, Drew retained. Goldberg wrestled in like basketball shorts. He wasn't even wearing his regular black tights, so it was kind of strange. Maybe he's just not feeling as comfortable with himself anymore. I don't know. Moving on. Next match, we had the SmackDown Women's Title match. Sasha defending against Carmella. Sasha looked amazing. She had like this Louis Vuitton style top, and like her boots matched the color and whatnot, something like that. Carmella comes out with her new valet dude and whatnot, and he tries to interfere, tries to help out, but in the end, Sasha makes Carmella tap out to the bank statement, and she is still SmackDown Women's Champion. Then we have, after some video packages, we go back to the entrance part of the stage, and we see Booker T wearing a bulletproof vest or army vest and camo pants, and he just stands there with his arms crossed, and we have a mini concert by Bad Bunny. Who? I don't know. Don't ask me. The guy sings a song, and then Booker T at the end gives his standard catchphrase, and that's it. Okay, I didn't see the point of this at all. Why? Next, we have the Women's Royal Rumble match. It is very disappointing compared to last year and the prior year. This match was so boring. It dragged on and on. If you can't find things for the people that are in the match while you're waiting for like next people to come in or certain spots to happen, then you just shouldn't have them in there. So many times you would see participants in the match just standing in a corner waiting, like, okay, should I keep punching you? Wait, are they gonna do their spot? Okay, oh, they did their spot. Okay, I'll punch you. Oh, we gotta pause. Okay, they would. It's like they're told, hey, pretend like you're still fighting, but don't do too much to where you take away from the one thing we want the viewing audience to actually see. Well, it looks god awful terrible in my opinion. Okay, it looks totally over the top choreographed. Yes, this is professional wrestling, not Greco-Roman style amateur Olympic NCAA stuff. No, I know that. This is not MMA. This is a predetermined sport, but you can still make it look good and interesting, and it sucked in my opinion. I'm getting a little angry as I review and recap and relive it in my mind. Okay, they suck at what they're doing right now with these Rumble matches, and they used to be so great. What's going on here? So Bianca Belair entered at number 3, and she is your winner as she last eliminated Rhea Ripley, and she is going on to WrestleMania to challenge either Asuka or Sasha for the title, unless by chance one of them loses a belt before then. So in the match itself, the only real moment I can recall that was probably going to be pointed out is Naomi, who made her return. She got eliminated, but she landed on her back on the outside of the ring, and her feet are up in the air, and the refs are like, well, her feet didn't touch, so, okay. So instead of doing any kind of other crazy stuff where she, jumps onto a table, to a chair, to back of the ring, Bianca Belair is like falling out halfway out of the bottom rope, and she purposely, you can see, whip her hair down to where it's supposed to be like she didn't do it on purpose, but she did. And Naomi pulls herself up with Bianca's hair, and then they both help each other basically get back in the ring. It just looks so bad. Other than that, there was nothing really wow about this. There was some surprise returns. You had Tori Wilson, Victoria. That was great. I was so happy to see those come back. We had Jillian. Remember Jillian? Back from JBL's cabinet when he was world champion, and she had that nasty whatever it was attached to her face, a wart or something. Yeah, they had her come back. I don't get it. All right, so anyways, our winner is Bianca Belair, and she's going on to WrestleMania. Now, after this, we go to a panel. We see Sonya Deville along with some other people at the panel, and Peter Rosenberg is giving his opinions because he's always on these things. And then we have R-Truth show up, holding the 24/7 belt. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's back up. Well, we forgot the best part of the Women's Rumble. During the Rumble, we have R-Truth run out when Alicia Fox, she was in the Rumble. He comes out for whatever reason, and he gets chased in by jobbers, and they begin to fight him and such. And Alicia Fox rolls up R-Truth in the ring to win the 24/7 belt. And then after she gets thrown out of the ring, R-Truth pins her and gets the belt back, and then the jobbers chase him. But now we see R-Truth at the panel where Peter Rosenberg is talking, and he goes and says, "Hey, Truth, John Cena's here." And he's like, "Really?" And he turns to walk to a direction and see if he can find John Cena. So Rosenberg then not only attacks R-Truth with a low blow, he then graphically pins him to win the 24/7 belt. So he was 24/7 champion, and then they run off with the belt, and who cares? All right, then we go to our next match, which is the Universal title match. Roman Reigns defending against Kevin Owens in a last man standing match. I am not a big fan of last man standing matches because I'm so bored watching and waiting for somebody to get to their feet by a 10 count over and over and over. It'd be great if we had maybe 2, 3 times it happens in a match, but it can get to be 5, 10, 17, 18 times we have to watch the ref count to 9 and somebody stands up. Several times in this match, Kevin Owens won the Universal title. Let's just put it that way. Several times during this match, he won the title because the ref just decided to stop counting. Why? No idea. No, no explanation. No reason. Nobody came in and interrupted the ref's count or distracted the ref. No, no. He just I stopped counting. Why? Script, and that sucks. That's horrible. This was actually a decent match because okay, you got Kevin Owens. He's gonna make Roman look good, and Roman needs guys like Kevin Owens, AJ, Dan Bryan. That's really been the ones that have been able to get him through and have a good match. Okay, unless it's a straight up hardcore match, that's the only other stuff that Roman's really been able to get over is when he's got a box of toys to play with. But Owens and Roman, they had a good match. Owens was amazing. We had a moment where they fought in the ring, to the outside, and then through the backstage area. And they're in this giant baseball field, I think it was, right? And they fight into this back area part way behind the regular setup. And we have another ring setup we see in the distance. And they have some scaffolding stuff. They have some ladders and chairs and all these materials to play with. Owens slams Roman on another announce table that's back there for some reason, but it doesn't break. Ends up doing a splash off of a couple of utility boxes and breaks the table that way. But it does not make Roman lose. He does get up in time for the count. Later, we see Roman is laying across a table covered with paint and spray paint cans and whatnot. Owens gets a forklift with a pallet already attached to the front of the forklift. And I'm thinking, oh my God, are they going to do Halftime Heat 99 where Mankind used a pallet and forklift and held Rock down to where he could not get up? Genius. But no, instead, Owens raises the forklift to the very top, climbs up to the very top of that, and does a swanton splash off of that through Roman, through the table. That was incredible. And should have ended the match right there. But no, Roman gets up. And so many times Roman would get up at the 8 count, 9 count, and as soon as he would stand up and the ref would be like, oh, okay, he's good, Roman would just fall down. Okay, then he didn't really beat the count. What's going on with that? Okay, it's so bad the way they're doing these matches. You can be better. just do it. So later, we fight back out into the arena, the regular arena area where all the LED screens and such are. And Roman brings a pair of handcuffs out. And after getting a stunner from Owens, Owens handcuffs Roman to the very bottom of part of the structure, the display structure. And Reigns is just sitting on his butt, handcuffed to this thing, and he can't stand up. The ref begins counting. And as the ref's counting, he gets closer and closer to Roman until Roman can grab the ref and just pull him into the fixture itself and knocks the referee out. Then another ref comes out while Heyman has shown up with a key for the handcuffs. Heyman can't get the cuffs unlocked in time. He is struggling to get the keys unlocked. The ref begins counting, and he gets to 5, and then he just stops counting. That's so stupid. Hey, either try things out before you do the match so you don't have these kind of screw-ups, or guess what? We screwed up. We're on live TV, pal. We got to just do this. Owens, new champion. Just, and fix it later. Okay, rematch later in the month or next pay-per-view or whatever. Or just rewrite the story. Whatever. It was so bad, so stupid, and it killed the match. It was going to be match of the night, and it killed it. So Owens, who has just been standing there waiting for the ref of any ref to show up and count Reigns down, when Heyman finally gets the handcuffs unhooked, Roman just stands up, walks over to Kevin Owens, puts him in the front face chokehold, and Owens passes out. The ref counts to 10, and Reigns retains the title. It's so stupid. God. So that was that. All right, we are at the main event now. Finally, lastly, we have the men's Royal Rumble match. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot something. This is how bad it was, because I completely forgot this. Let's rewind real quick back to the women's Rumble before we get to the men's Rumble. So another thing that happened in the Women's Rumble, other than all the other women that were part of the match and got eliminated, okay, who's the main female on Raw that's been doing a whole lot of, promos, backstage segments, a lot of things in the ring? That would be Alexa Bliss, and she had been declared as a entry for this match, right? Well, she got to enter at like what, number 27 or something. She was in the Rumble late, and she comes out. Let me see. Let me check. Yeah, she was number 27. She comes out. She looks amazing. She's got the Alexa's Playground ring gear on. She gets in the ring. All the other women in the ring at the time attack her. They beat her down. It looks like she's about to transform into the naughty Alexa or the fiend version of Alexa, and even the screens in the background start to go out like they do on Raw. And just when you think it's about to happen and she's going to transmorph into that other character, oh, Rhea Ripley just throws her out of the ring and she's eliminated. And she lasted maybe a minute or two in the match. That's it. That's what you do with Alexa Bliss, with everything you've had going with her and the Fiend and Bray Wyatt, and oh god, it's so frustrating. Anyways, let's go to the Men's Rumble. Men's Rumble, they announced and spoiled this already. Okay, they spoiled this the other day on, what was it, the Bump. That one, they were gonna have a match between Tamina and Natalya to be number 30 in the Rumble, and Natalya got the win, so she was number 30, and then Tamina was still entered in the Rumble at 25. Oh, wow. 5 extra, spots later. Oof. Anyways, that was one thing they spoiled, was who was going to be 30 in the Women's Rumble. The other thing they spoiled is they said the number 1 entry for the Rumble, for the Men's Rumble, was going to be Orton. The number 2 entry was going to be Edge. Okay? We go to the Rumble, the Men's Rumble, and the first man out is Edge at number 1, not number 2, number 1. And then they announce, and the man who is number 2, Orton. So they screwed up their own announcement, and then this is what they do. God. Anyways, what happened, it was expected. Orton and Edge fight before the match even really starts. They brawl all around the ring area. Edge delivers a DDT to Orton on top of the announce table, which does not break. It was not a good night for tables. And Orton gets walked to the back because he's hurt, meaning he doesn't want to really work the entire Rumble match itself. Boo-hoo. So Edge gets in the match, and he wrestles all the way through. And in the very, very end, we're thinking, okay, who's going to be number 30? All right, it's going to be somebody. It's going to be Bray Wyatt, right? It's going to be The Fiend. He's going to make a comeback. No, we got, let's see. We had Rey Mysterio, Cesaro. We had, I believe The Miz was in there. But no, 30 is Braun Strowman. Wow. Yay. So did we have any surprise returns or entries? We had the Hurricane and Carlito. That was about it. Christian. That's right. Christian was in the match. There we go. And he actually was in the match for a significant amount of time. Kane made a return. There, that's right. But yeah, Christian definitely was the big surprise, because everyone, I'm thinking he was never going to wrestle again. I thought he was out for good, but he's back, and it was nice. We got to see Edge and Christian working together in the match, and I'm so glad they didn't decide to have Edge turn on him as well. Just copycat what they did with Orton and Edge. Although if they did that, at least those matches would be epic and amazing to see a long feud between Edge and Christian throughout the whole year here. So we get down and to the final entries in the match, and Seth Rollins makes his return as well in this, but it's the Messiah. He's still the Messiah. I don't know why. Just bring, we haven't seen him since what, the week after Survivor Series, when Sheamus bro kicked him, or was it at Survivor Series? I think it was at Survivor Series. Sheamus bro kicks him. You're like, oh, he's gonna knock some sense into him, and when he comes back, he'll be just Seth Rollins. Okay, Seth freaking Rollins. That'd be great. But anyways, we get down to the final few, and we had Daniel Bryan, we had Seth Rollins, we had Edge and Christian. Well, in the end, we have Edge eliminating everyone at the end, you think, right? Uh-oh, he turns around. Here comes Orton. RKO. Okay. Picks up Edge. Goes to throw him over the top rope. But, oh, Edge reverses, and he throws Orton out. And Orton's gone. And Edge is your winner. Yes. We have Edge, 46-year-old Hall of Famer. He won the Rumble 10 years ago, I believe. Maybe 11 years ago. And he's now your winner. Now, don't jump to conclusions. I'm a huge fan of Edge. I met him in person. He's one of the nicest people I've gotten to meet that's a wrestler. And I'm super happy that he came back at the Rumble. I'm happy that he's back actually wrestling and working. That's awesome. But you have this entire roster of stars that you're like, again, we just had Goldberg challenge for the WWE title tonight. Now we're going to have Edge challenge for one of the two belts, possibly, unless they do something to screw up the storyline. But why? Why can't we have Kevin Owens, Cesaro? There's a list goes on and on of other stars you could be moving up from NXT, from Adam Cole and Ciampa, Gargano, anybody. There's so many people you could bring up from SmackDown, Raw, or NXT and put into that spot and actually make some new stars and get us some fresh storylines and fresh feuds. But no, we're just gonna have the same old crap because it seems like unless it works the first time, Vince will just repeat until it's just a waste, or people finally say, all right, fine, we like it, Vince, good, just good, whatever. Honestly, I think he's beyond that. I don't think he cares what anyone else likes. He just does his show, and that's that. Does not show that he is actually trying to put on a show for anyone else but himself. Is it just me? I don't know. But in the end, we have Edge. Pyro goes off like crazy. He gets to point to the sign, and he is your winner. Okay. And that's a wrap. What did everyone else think? Because I was not happy with this show. It's great to have Edge back. It's great to have him, get a moment like that. But it's not like he didn't already have this, 10, 11 years ago. He's headlined WrestleMania. He's headlined other pay-per-views. He's a multiple-time champion. He's got all these accolades already. There's other stars that we've been just sitting on waiting for these moments to happen, and no, just okay, I don't get it. Well, I'm gonna lose my brain trying to figure everything out right now, and I need to just wrap it up and get some shut eye because I've got a 1-year-old that will be waking up very early in the morning, and I will be attending to that. So thank you as always for listening to my rants and checking out the latest and first episode again of 2021. I hope to be able to do these for every wrestling pay-per-view show, WWE ones, of course, throughout the year. But, life sometimes just, happens and things prevent certain things from happening, and it's just part of life right now. And thank you all for understanding that. A lot of you have reached out to me, and I appreciate it, asking like, hey, you're just not interested in doing the YouTube stuff anymore. It's like, no, I totally am. And most of you out there also have children, and you understand that, hey, you have a child and other responsibilities in life. You gotta put other responsibilities above the others. And as much as I love doing these and talking to y'all and doing other unboxings and reviews and other video stuff, I got to put things in priority first. So I will be posting these again, though, as often as I frequently can. So stay tuned for more. Okay, everyone, have a good night. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll talk to y'all later. This is PCJ, the Pop Culture Junkie, signing out.